there's nothing on the market at the moment that comes close to this at this price point.
AOOCCI produced the C6 Pro, all-in-one motorcycle-specific dash with Android or Apple CarPlay connectivity, forward and rear cameras, GPS, tyre pressure sensors and a host of other features. So this got me thinking, can a budget electronic device specifically for a motorcycle with so many features actually be any good? Well, let's find out. Now, it would be wrong if I reviewed this product as AOOCCI have provided it to me for free. So for clarity, I'm giving it away to my biking buddy Jace to fit, review and put it through its paces on his Africa Twin. But before we do that, let's look at what you get out of the box. The prices listed here on the screen were correct at the time this video was made. To make that even better, there is a link below in the description where you can get a further 22% off that price. Okay, let's look at the main display. It consists of a 6.25 inch screen with a 1000 nit display. This is a measurement of screen brightness that is a critical factor that determines the quality of the display. As a comparison, this is equal to the Garmin Zoom XT. The screen also adjusts automatically based on the ambient lighting. Naturally, it supports wireless CarPlay and Android Auto for navigation, music and hands-free calls. The device also has a built-in GPS should your phone lose its signal. The device will function in a temperature range from -10 centigrade, that's 14 degrees Fahrenheit, to +60 degrees centigrade or 140 degrees Fahrenheit. With an IP67 waterproof rating, this means ingress protection. The first number, 6, refers to its dust protection, which it receives a level of 100% protection against. The 7, the second number, is its waterproof level, which means it's protected against immersion in water from 15 centimetres to 1 metre. The front and rear cameras record in 1080p, which is full high definition, the same as the video you're watching now. They also record as standard at 30 frames per second, which gives clear, smooth playback. They also come with a loop recording function that will delete old files automatically. The device has a built-in G sensor that locks files in the event of an accident. It also comes with a tyre pressure and temperature monitoring system that displays the current air pressure within your tyres and temperature on the main display. Also included is a wired remote that allows you to control the C6 without removing your hands from the bar, allowing you to answer calls, play or pause music and turn your cameras on and off. Included in the box is all the mounting hardware you'll need, which is based around the RAM mount system using a 1-inch ball. All electrical hardware is also included for mounting it either direct to your battery or indeed to a USB port if you have one on your bike. At the moment, AOOCCI are including a 64GB micro SD card with their kits, and you can simply insert this direct into the unit and you're ready to go.
We've got the instructions, we have the RAM mounting equipment, we've got the extension cables ×2, we've got the power lead, 2 1080p cameras, a sunshade, the device itself, a handlebar mount, fitting mounts, pads, bolts, etc. for the tyre pressure sensor and the cameras themselves, the 2 tyre pressure sensors, the mounts for those so you can get them at the right angle actually on the bike, the 2 cameras, and included, but I don't know for how long, is the 64GB camera. So a lot of stuff. Let's get it tested. Okay, that's enough of me talking about the contents. Let's look how Jason got on with installing the C6 Pro.
Right, so I've chosen, as you're seeing some of the clips that I've been putting together, to mount mine where my old Garmin was.
Garmin XT is going to come off and we're going to try and fit the unit there.
Yep. That isn't what the kit is designed for.
The pack comes with this really good solid brand mount joint with an adapter plate that the unit will sit on. If you're using that, you can have that pretty much set up within an hour on there, plugged into your USB, and away you go.
Yeah. The kit is designed to go onto your RAM mount ball.
Yeah.
Put it either on the handlebars or on one of the balls by the mirrors.
Yeah.
Have an arm coming out and bracing it there.
So basically a universal fit.
Correct. So
that would only fit on handlebars.
Correct. And that's what comes with the pack, and it does what it says in the tin.
Yeah.
Also, the screws that come with that have got a safety type screw, so when you close it, the round mark can't be undone unless you've got that particular Allen key with that safety feature inside.
So anti-theft type thing, yeah.
So it does exactly what it wants to do. So if you're in the market for something to put it on there, all's good.
Okay.
The moment you come away from something that isn't standard, then you're on your own.
Yeah.
So as I've said, I want to put mine on the top of the givey bar that I've got there.
Yeah.
Now, I couldn't find anything to do that with the standard holes that came with this on the back.
Yeah, no, there's 4, isn't there? There's 4
there is 4,
small
yes.
mounting points.
But I did have an old SW Motec clip, which is quick release, that was in from one of our first ever Garmins that we bought back in the day. Gone and seen some of my friends who have a 3D printer, and the red plastic clip behind is a 3D printed adapter.
Okay.
And all that's done is lined up the 4 holes that came with the unit to the 4 holes that are on the ST Motec.
We can thank Niall for that, for making that for you, can't we?
Good old Niall back at work.
Yeah.
So from that moment there, I've then run cables all the way down to here. I've got the power unit underneath the fairing there.
Yeah.
I've then got a cable going across to the front camera.
Yeah.
I've then run another cable all the way back through the bike.
Yeah.
And as you can see here, bringing it under the seat, back round the pannier housing.
Yeah.
Underneath, there's another clip there, and the rear one coming up for the rear camera underneath the rear rack.
Let's talk about then. So if you were fitting this completely out of the box, with everything you got out of the box, how long do you think estimated it would take to fit it, and would it be easy?
Absolutely easy. So like I said, it's working off the tried and tested round mount system. So you would just, again, I already have one on situ, but you'd bolt one of these underneath the mirror, have it coming out to where you want it. Now if you're like me and you've already got on the bike a USB or cigarette lighter, you would just plug that straight in.
Yeah.
And then you're there, you're good to go. You're now in the position of where do I want my cameras. If I want my camera on up here somewhere, you've got one little cable to come. Camera at the back of the bike, put it just under the seat, and away you go, depending on your bike.
You could set this up relatively quickly out of the box.
Absolutely.
Okay, so fitting then, pretty straightforward if you're doing it out of the box. If you choose to do more complex option like you've done here, obviously that's going to take longer. Okay, take us through then. Function.
So this is, once you turn it on and it's gone past its logo, which you can customise your logo.
Okay,
which we'll probably talk more about in a bit. You've got your 3 main areas. You've got the first area, which is camera Pacific. Then you've got your Apple CarPlay Pacific area. Then you've got all the other camera recording, time and date, tyre pressure monitors. So I've already set quite a lot of this up. So for example, if you click on tyre pressure monitors, I've already fitted them. There's a little white dot there. Touch the little white dot, you get an auto straight into the shortcuts to the home screen. So tyre pressure monitors, I've already clicked in. There you go. So I've already set this up so it gives me a warning if it goes above and beyond a certain PSI. It's telling me at the moment that I'm on 2.7 PSI, front and back. Lovely. And I've got the warning clicked on. So that's already all set up, and there you are, just to confirm. Because, they've warmed up a little bit, so it's 2.9. So that's all now set up. So we'll now go back to home screen again. Hit the home screen. In the middle, that gives you the Apple CarPlay. Where you've got the little white dot, if your gloves are playing up and you can't get that, which you may have seen in some of the footage, you've also got a bigger home button to hit, and that will also take you back.
Okay, all right.
Okay, but Apple CarPlay is another beast within itself. You've got Apple, you've got Google, you've got Spotify, and all the other things that you can download, which are Apple CarPlay Pacific. Click, and there you're back into all your apps, which are Apple CarPlay Pacific. Okay, then going back again, clicking on there, clicking on home. you've got your camera. Because I've turned my bike on, it's automatically recording. I've set it up, it's on a 10-minute loop, and it will just keep recording that accordingly.
Now I have got this set up as loop, so as soon as I go, it starts recording.
You can watch front, you can watch back, you can split screen, you can do all that stuff. You can press a picture, take a picture.
Yeah.
Okay, you can lock it, so now it's on. I can't turn it off by accident. Unlock it, record on, record off, home button back in. Let's just go back into there. Your settings. That settings button is just for the camera. I've also got it on medium, so if it hits, it'll start recording because it thinks I've had an accident.
Yeah.
I've turned it on so it knows my GPS location.
That's the G sensor in it, isn't it?
I've turned it on so it knows my GPS location. I've turned it on so it knows my speed, and it will put the speed against the video that you can download. It also sends the coordinates, and it also tells me how high or low I am against the water level.
Yep.
Okay, so it's all there, all good. Now you can also download their app, so when you go back on there and you go on to play, you can download the files.
Okay.
And put your app, your phone app there. It links in straight away by Bluetooth and
so
Wi-Fi.
you can download those onto your phone and then send them via whatever means you want, WhatsApp or
without
social,
taking the memory card out.
Okay.
But again, if you're going on a tour, you're using, I've got it on loop. Turn the loop off if you're on tour, and then you can just use the button on and off to record front and back. Then when you get to your location, you can just keep switching out memory cards, because obviously it's going to take a little bit of time. Keep downloading via the Wi-Fi accordingly.
Yep.
So that's it in a nutshell.
Yeah.
All's good.
What are the big pros and cons then you think of this device then?
Well, I think this is aimed at the market for the smaller bike which doesn't have any connectivity with it.
Yeah.
If you've got a bike which doesn't come with its own CarPlay, with its own multimedia type system, and you've got nothing else to stream a GPS or some music, this is aimed at you.
Yeah.
Absolutely 100%.
So probably not the big flagship models like the GS's or this big Africa Twin. When you've got that, obviously you've got that anyway.
Yeah.
But for like me on my 10A, which is pretty stock, no electronics on it, cruisers, things like that may not have any of those gadgets.
This is for the price point. This is what you want.
Yeah.
This has got so many features that you can't. There's nothing on the market at the moment that comes close to this at this price point.
What is your favourite feature on it?
Well, at the moment, I've got it also linked. As we were driving around and I was doing a bit of talk to piece, I was listening to some music. I'm following the Navi, and it's got the cameras.
Press on the. You got the video recording what you see at the front. You can of course go into settings and turn that on to the back. So that's now recording as we go.
Which is an added bonus.
On that then, so you've connected that to your helmet and your phone. Was there any connectivity issues?
None whatsoever.
Doing multiple Bluetooth?
No, not with this one here. This had no problems at all. Do you know what? Actually, sometimes I found this more streamlined than the Apple CarPlay I got with the Honda.
Okay, that's interesting. Yeah.
Now, downsides. I think, as you'll probably play some clips now, I was struggling with my particular gloves.
It's not very good with the gloves, I think. There's some there it is. So it's unlocked. Now I can turn it off and on. And then back to home. Doesn't like the gloves. There's a problem with the gloves. Maybe it's my glove.
Yeah.
So as I was pressing a few of the buttons, I was pressing them sometimes a few times. Didn't work.
Again, as you can see, sometimes it's working, sometimes it's not. I don't know why. It's just maybe my finger.
So where you've got the little white one, I was struggling with that. So you have to go obviously to the bigger buttons and then try the bigger CarPlay logo buttons.
Yeah, the bigger icons on the display. Got you.
Then they were working. But sometimes.
So they really, I mean, because looking at that there, I'll get in with this camera here.
Some of these buttons are quite.
Yeah,
quite small.
So some of the icons here, as you're pointing out, are very small. So they're difficult when you've got the thicker sort of winter type autumn gloves on.
I mean, one could say once you've got your music playing and you've got your Garmin, what's it called, your
Your
Google
base
Maps
settings,
telling you where you're going,
Yeah.
you shouldn't be touching it anyway.
Yeah, you shouldn't be touching it when you're riding anyway, but I get your point, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just have a look, see what it looks like with thinner gloves on. Recording. Okay, so I've got some manipulating buttons here. Yeah, okay. Yes, it's definitely down to what size gloves you've got on. Yeah, because I'm quite pressing that volume button. Yeah, it's working. Turning it off. Yeah. So with winter gloves, a little bit cumbersome, but I think most touchscreens are. But point to note.
And the only other point is there is a plastic housing underneath here where you put your SIM card in and out.
Yeah.
Your SD card.
Yeah.
For recording the camera. But of course, it comes with 2 little screws and a plastic cover. If you are going to be using this as another set of cameras, and at the campsite at the end of the night you need to change your memory cards over,
Yeah.
there's 2 little screws that keep that cover in there.
Yeah.
You would have thought they would have made them 2 little screws stay in the plastic.
Yeah,
when you
or have
want-
like a hinge system or
Yeah,
something.
or something like that.
Yeah, okay.
Because at the moment,
So for accessing your SD card,
yeah, it's a bit clumsy.
yeah, so it's probably not something you want to be doing on the road, is swapping your SD
Yeah.
cards out.
Yeah.
Which technically you would only do if you were using it as a camera function on your bike,
Correct.
not as a safety,
Not on the loop.
What I'm thinking of, a bit
Dash
of an
cam.
accident. Yeah,
Yeah.
a dash cam thing,
Yeah. Also, points to note, come with a sun
shade.
shady type
Yeah.
thing, but I've chose not to use it, but that's
Yeah.
my decision.
Okay, and also, have we mentioned the remote?
There is a remote that comes with this, but again, because I've what's it called, fitted it here,
Yeah, yeah.
I just want to be able to touch
Yeah,
the
yeah,
camera on
absolutely.
and off.
Okay, this summary then, would you buy it yourself?
If I had a different bike and it didn't already have the Apple CarPlay on it, and I didn't have another means of communication or connectivity with all the functions as this has, of course I would, 100%. At this price point, this has a lot of features that a lot of people will find useful.
Yeah.
And yeah, definitely,
I think it.
definitely one to get.
I think it has got everything, hasn't it? Really.
Oh, absolutely. There's only a few little things that once you get your head round,
Yeah.
where am I mounting it? How am I going to put it together?
Yeah.
Do I want to use what it comes with? Do I want to put it somewhere else? Where am I putting the cameras?
Yeah.
Once you've got your head round that and you program it all, this is a must-have.
Don't make